We've bet that you've heard this statistic before, that about 71% of the Earth's surface is covered with water, and that oceans hold about 96.5% of all Earth's water. As we know, drinking seawater isn't great, but what about fresh water? Well, today, we're going to learn about the different types of water you can drink, as well as go through some cool facts about the stuff. But first, why don't you make that tidal wave and crash that mouse arrow onto the subscribe button, then splash into the notification bell as well. Because if you think there's a better place on the internet for health tips, cool facts, and other awesome videos, then you're all wet. Drinkable water number 1, tap water. This is the stuff that comes from the taps in your homes, your kitchen sink, your shower, heck, it's even in the toilet. And it's not just in your house either. Public baths and showers use tap water. Tap water is probably your best bet when it comes to water. Not only is it mostly safe to drink across the United States and good for you as well, but it's cheaper than going out and buying other forms of water. However, the cons are that sometimes tap water does get contaminated. Just look at the Flint, Michigan water crisis of 2014, where lead contaminated the pipes of the residents of the town. Moreover, public water supplies can also contain pesticide residue, aluminum, and other undesirable substances. However, the good news is that if you're afraid that what you're drinking out of your taps might be contaminated, you can buy a home water filtration system that should sort that right out. Drinkable water number 2, mineral water. Pulled from the very earth itself, a fearsome and healthy substance is attained by humans. Behold, dear viewers, the majesty of mineral water. Yes, as we implied in an over-the-top way just now, mineral water is taken from mineral springs and, well, contains minerals. These include things like sulfur, magnesium, and calcium, which are good for you. The pros of drinking this type of water are obviously that you get minerals that the body can't produce on its own. Plus, it helps with digestion, and some people even say that they like the taste over that tap water. However, when we're comparing this to tap water, that's when one of the most glaring issues with mineral water arises: the price. Also, if you're really looking to get the minerals from mineral water, you could always just obtain them from a healthy diet. Drinkable water number 3, spring or glacier water. From the far north to the deepest of jungles, humans use their incredible ingenuity to get this giver of life. Yes, it's spring or glacier water. Once again, as the name implies, these waters are apparently taken directly from the source, either a glacier or a spring. To begin with, the pros of drinking this type of water are that, in theory, they should be free of toxins. We expect water springs and glaciers to be pretty clean, so we'd expect the waters that are extracted from them to be clean as well. Also, these waters tend to be high accessible. That's because they're the most popular brands, with ones like Evian and Arrowhead being sold in stores worldwide. There are some cons to springs and glacier water, however. For starters, like mineral water, compared to tap water, it's fairly expensive, a trend you might see a lot in this list. Also, some spring water is raw, unfiltered, and untested water, which could pose a potential health risk depending on what it contains. Drinkable water number 4, sparkling water. This water shines like a diamond and is often associated with the same people who buy the precious gem. This is sparkling water. This stuff is sometimes referred to as carbonated water or soda water, and it's made by being infused with carbon dioxide gas while under pressure. Listen, one of the best pros of drinking this water is that if you're looking to kick a soda addiction, sparkling water is the way to go. It provides the fizziness that regular water, whether it be tap, glacier, spring, or other, just can't provide. They also don't tend to have any sugar or artificial sweeteners, which is an added bonus. Plus, they often contain minerals that are health promoting. However, the downsides to drinking this type of water are just as staggering as the upsides. For starters, while there are minerals in sparkling water, there aren't enough to make a strong enough impact. Secondly, they tend to be much more expensive than tap, bottled, or other types of water. Thirdly, they also don't really have that typical water flavor and often just taste like fizz without the sugar, if you catch our drift. Drinkable water number 5, distilled water. Whoosh. That's my steam sound. You hear that? It's either a sound of a riverboat riding down the Mississippi or it's the sound of a distilled water being made. Yes, distilled water is water you get through this process. You boil some water, you collect the steam from that, and finally, condense it all back together. Distilled water is pretty much awesome if you live in a place or are visiting a place where tap water can be contaminated. That way, you can make your own and be sure it's drinkable. However, there are no minerals and no health benefits to drinking distilled water. It's kind of just water. Also, if you're making it yourself, it might take a while to get ready. So if you're looking for a quick, cool drink on a summer's day, avoid distilled. Drinkable water number 6, purified water. Science and nature mix in this unholy but totally powerful matchup. It's purified water. To get this stuff, you'll usually take a tap or groundwater and completely remove all the harmful bacteria, guaranteeing that it's safe to drink. So the pros of drinking this stuff are that it's totally safe, for starters. You won't have to worry about contamination from purified water. In fact, you're probably drinking it right now if you happen to have a glass of tap water in your hand, because in a lot of countries, they purify their tap water before letting it go to the public. That also makes it a great option if your water source is contaminated. However, there are some downsides to drinking this crystal clear stuff over other water sources. For starters, once you remove all the harmful bacteria, you also remove all the stuff that's good for you, like fluoride. Also, buying a water filtration system or purifying your own water can get pretty costly. Drinking water number 7, flavored or infused water. You take a drink, suddenly there's an explosion, like your taste buds were all simultaneously bombed. You sigh in relief, knowing that not only are you refreshed, but your senses have been tickled like never before. You, my friend, have just drank flavored or infused water. Once again, as the name implies, these waters have been spiked with either artificial or natural sweeteners or flavorings. The pros of drinking this stuff are that, well, first off, they taste good. Really good, in fact, depending on what your tastes are. Also, they can be healthy alternatives to soda and other drinks, especially when naturally obtained flavors are added instead of artificial flavors. However, those same artificial flavors take center stage when we discuss the cons. Varieties of sugar can lead to weight gain and can have negative effects on those with diabetes. Well, hopefully, we were able to teach you a couple things about the different types of water there are. If not, don't fret, because we've got some really cool facts about the life-sustaining stuff that we're gonna share with you today. Cool water fact 1. About 6,800 gallons of water is required to grow a day's food for a family of 4. Cool water fact 2. To create 1 pint of beer, it takes 20 gallons of water. Cool water fact 3. Water weighs about 8 pounds a gallon. Cool water fact 4. A person can live about a month without food, but only 1 week without water. Cool water fact number 5. Americans drink more than 1 billion glasses of tap water per day. And so we wrap up our video all about water. Did you learn anything? What kind of water are you gonna drink from now on? Also, did we miss any of the coolest facts about one of the most abundant substances on our planet? Let us know in the comment section below everything you want to tell us about water. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait, what kind of Bestie would we be if we didn't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video and enjoy.